Yanadel then, we've already seen he can throw them long, and that's his intention again here. But straight onto a white-shirted player. And away come the Iraqis, and Dawood is calling for it up ahead. I'm sure they know that he's the one they want to find. Here he is. A little tickle back from him up to the halfway line. So far, Iraq have enjoyed a greater share of the possession, 59%. To Chile's 41. Iraq, unlike Iran, not qualified for the World Cup finals next year. But the Iran under-17 team last night showing that they're a force to be reckoned with. Here's Dawood again. Doesn't break for him. Could yet break for others in the white shirt. That's a lovely ball supplied here. A chance of a shot. And still they're not clearing their lines effectively, and it enabled Muntada Abdul Sada into the penalty area. Will be a whistle this time against Iraq. Now, their neighbours Iran were outstanding in hammering Germany 4-0 last evening. And Iran could well be a threat in this World Cup. Iraq, ironically, have been playing their games in Tehran, in Iran. They're not allowed to play in their own country. Now Diaz lost control there, and he seemed to push the opponent, and at the end of it all, it's a goal kick. Iraq 1, Chile 0, quarter of an hour gone. Neat little flick on, not sure he intended that, but it got through to Bassam Shakir. It is Iraq's possession football that's paying dividends right now, and that's a lovely, beautiful ball. Into the Chile penalty area they come. It's a tough life at the back there for the likes of Lucas Alacon, the Chilean captain. Chile were fine in the South America qualifiers until they came up against Brazil and got beaten 5-0. They also lost to Paraguay, but otherwise won all their games against the likes of Venezuela and Bolivia, Uruguay. Iraq weaved the ball out to the right touchline, then willing to go back across field through Muhammad Ali. Then from Metam Jabba to Abdul Habas Ayad. Already the onus with 17 minutes on the clock is on Chile to come and hit back. They've got to get the ball first though, and that possession stat is going up and up in Iraq's favour, 64% now. That was another important victory for France today by 2-1 against Japan. France having scored 9 goals in the competition. England have scored 7. Japan have scored 7. I'm saying it's a remarkably prolific tournament. The whistle will go here. That's going to be a free kick for Iraq. They are the only Arab nation taking part, along with Iran, of course. Iraq and Iran always a pride back home in the performances of their teams. The coach was complaining about lack of good preparation though, because the Iraqis played only matches in Tunisia against teams they often do compete against, the likes of Saudi Arabia and Syria, Bahrain and Jordan, and he wanted them to play more European opposition. A fairer test, but anyway, they're coping pretty well right now. And they have this free kick, which is knocked into the danger area, up and over the crossbar, but off an opposition body and out for the corner kick. Metam gets a pat on the back, but he was thwarted in his ambitions in getting the last touch on it. They're all having a good laugh about something. This will be a first corner of the match. First corner on the night goes to Iraq. Referee giving a thumbs up to the players under the crossbar. And that's a precision placement of the ball from Muntada Mohammed. Let's see if this is... He does, but no great depth to this one. Oh, Diaz has given it back to Muntada. Able just to keep the ball in play and to supply the pass. Hello. Cross too flat and straight behind the net. We are in the 20th minute in Kolkata, and Iraq have the only goal so far. Honduras meeting New Caledonia in the contest. It's great to see a new name like New Caledonia in the tournament. Okay, they struggled in their first game, ironically against France, and of course they are a French colony. But good to see all these new nations getting an opportunity of playing here. Niger, another of them, and India, the hosts. Iraq keep winning the ball back, which is good for them and not good for Chile, who are on the wrong end of the scoreline again. Iraq 1, Chile 0. And there would be major disappointment back in that South American country if Chile don't make it into the knockout phases here in India. They have a free kick, and they need something to give them cheer. Lara, who plays a role in front of the back four. And every Iraqi player back behind the ball, which is not going to get forward very quickly, if at all now. I can't believe they practiced that on the training ground. This time it is forward from Alacon. And a ripple of applause around the stadium for that. Alacon again sets a captain's lead and plays a good ball forward. The man he found was his colleague in there, Vasquez. Vasquez once again here, trying to give the run around to the defence. Bit short on the back pass, and away come Iraq. Some nice touches. Good effort from Morales. Morales, the oldest member of the squad. It'll go back towards those centre backs. And once again a pedestrian approach from the Iraqis from the back. You can't blame them for that. So Iraq 1, Chile 0, and it's going well this World Cup for Iraq. They really are enjoying life out here in India, and they've been most approachable as a team at their hotel and in media conferences as well. All part of the learning process. for young players as well. They have to handle the media as well as their demeanour on and off the field of play. Back with the goalkeeper all in yellow. Almost strolling at the moment. A good turn in the centre circle, however. That was by Muhammad Ali. And now they do move forward with more purpose, and that's a lovely run. And he's still going. Tries to buffet his way through the last line of defence. That was Bassam Shakir. When he goes forward, he is impressive. The Chileans are still struggling to get a grip on this game at all, and we've had 25 minutes of it. They trail to a slightly fortuitous goal, it has to be said, but they haven't really applied any pressure at all. I can't remember Ali Ibadi having to make a save whatsoever. In fact, that's confirmed by a look at the statistics that we're fed here, which shows no shots from Chile, not one. Iraq have had 4, one of which, of course, found the net. The most important statistic in a game of football. It's a very difficult job on the sidelines for a coach. Enan Caputo is 42 years of age. He made 250 appearances for the likes of Tigre and Guadalajara and Universidad de Chile. Now naturalised Chilean. Dual passports. And there we have it, you see, 4 shots for Iraq, not 1 for Chile, not 1 shot on goal or wide. That must be disconcerting to a coach, because they spend hours on practice grounds. It's stalemate somewhat in that centre midfield area for the Chileans. There are players on their side I can barely remember mentioning so far this evening, including Pedro Campos, the little winger who's been brought in. He can play on either flank. I don't think he's touched the ball yet. Provoste has been extremely quiet as well, the number 10 of Chile, who is listed amongst the next generation of the top 60 players in the world. Well, you wouldn't know it tonight. That's not his fault necessarily, but he's had absolutely no time on the ball whatsoever. And he's left chasing shadows again here now. Well, that could have gone all the way back to the goalkeeper. As it is, he's managed to do a full 180 degrees in the centre circle, and then Diaz hands the initiative back to Iraq, who can advance from this position. If they go 2 ahead, you don't think that Chile would come back. Well, he's going to have an audacious attempt from 40 yards out, is Dawood. He's better when he's about 8 yards out. It does waste up a few more seconds, and his coach knows he is still the likeliest source of a goal. Aerial combat involving Provoste. He must have heard me. Gets involved there, as does the captain. Good intervention from Alacon, but again Iraq clear without any undue trouble whatsoever. Their back line has been redundant. The goalkeeper certainly has been redundant. This is Zuniga. Very calmly done by Cancino. Oyanadel. That's a better ball to just get in here. It's steered away to safety by Metam. but an opportunity for Chile at last to get the ball into the opposition penalty area. Unable to retain the possession again. This time Alarcón steps forward to good effect. Provoste's up there again looking for a return pass. Doesn't come to him. They are applying a little bit more pressure there. Before the ball is sliced surely out of play, way beyond the reach and recall of Diaz. Well, the referee could not have been closer to that incident, and he awards the free kick against Momel Karim. He was booked in the last game. There are 4 Iraqi players on yellow cards tonight. 2 from Chile. This is worth a chase, and it's 2-on-2 here, and the ball bounced behind him. Otherwise, Dawood might have had something to say about that. He always looks dangerous. He gets into good positions. Whistle's gone again. Well, Dawood there, the bounce didn't favour him. But he is a menace and he needs to be looked after. Here it is. See the bounce of the ball here. It's prodigious, really. A little touch from him, a little flick, but a gift, in fact, to Alarcón. 15 minutes remaining in this opening half. A game that got off to a good start, thanks to that 6-minute strike from Mohamed Dawood. Come on. Shorter ball now. There's a big gap out on the left-hand side, and that's where the ball is aimed. Arrowed over to that side, but then forfeited cheaply, and a gift for Alarcón. Chile desperate to get back into this game. They have a chance here now. They have 3 forward. Oh, he's probably taken on too much. He's going to get a free kick, and this must surely be a yellow card as well. Has to be. There cannot be a complaint from Medam about that. Just blocked off the opponent. He'll say, well, there's nothing else he could do, but there was. But it was the first time we've seen Pedro Campos, the little winger from Universidad Católica, and he did cause a bit of mayhem in there, sufficient for Metam to become the 5th Iraqi to be cautioned in this World Cup. Now then, can he get the crowd off its seats with a strike here, Campos? It's in a decent position, this. 6 fouls committed by Iraq so far, 3 by Chile, so a relatively clean game. 9 free kicks in 32 minutes. Well, if ever Chile needed a goal, it is now. Provoste looks as though he's interested in this one. On the other hand, it could be a left-footed player. Is this the moment that Chile's World Cup takes off? They've yet to score a goal in 2 games. The keeper stands immovable on his line, and it doesn't get through to him. That white wall stood firm. And still Chile awaits. Now I can imagine all the people back in Santiago will be almost praying now that their side can improve on this situation. They've been in arrears in terms of goals since the 5th minute of the tournament. They conceded to England, and they conceded again the first 6 minutes tonight. Never a great idea. This one is hit long towards Dawood, who chests the ball down and then nudges it on. Picked up by Muhammad Ali. Free kick against Campos this time for the foul on Mohamed Al-Bakr. One of those whose father was an international player. They're almost invited forward here. Darwood's return ball, not of the highest quality on that occasion, and it's not controlled either by Vasquez. And a skirmish and two bodies going down, but no free kick. The referee decided there was nothing unfair there or untoward. It's swept right. It will be taken on now by Bassam Shakir. All seems to put some pep into the game when he's involved. Iraq's throw with just over 10 minutes of the first half remaining. That's as far as he can throw it. Out surely off the shin of Dawood. A man with 2 goals to his name. There aren't too many players who've scored in both matches so far. The Brazilians, of course, have a couple of them. Ten minutes to go in the opening half in Kolkata. And a thumping header there from the right fullback position by Muntada. Another long throw, this time from Oyanadel. Does give Chile a chance to maraud down the left with Diaz, and he's gone beyond the first line of defence. They all seem to be playing lone ranger roles, however, at the moment. No great support in the Chilean lineups. And it's certainly one where the coach is going to earn his money at half-time. Again, that loss of the early goal must have been a real kick in the teeth for the Chilean players. I'm sure they've enjoyed their stay in India, but they've as yet to enjoy the football. Mohamed Al-Bakr, and all the way back to Abdel Abbas Ayad. A rare touch of the ball for Ali Ibadi, who made some crucial saves in the game with Mexico, but you couldn't say the same about this evening. Lara forward for Chile, and again Lara. Ali Ibadi did manage to get himself a couple of injuries the other day, well, so he made out. He certainly went down with and stayed down on a couple of occasions, though there didn't appear to be great physical contact with him. He's certainly all right to take his place in goal tonight, the Iraqi number 1, who's got the ball again here now from another back pass. There's an almost casual air about the game right now. Chile certainly can't afford that. And the humidity is a factor, but it's the same for both teams. Okay, Iraq are probably more used to it than Chile. Once again, a deliberate build-up from the Middle East nation. Who are still on top in terms of possession of the football, 65% to 35. Well, the earlier match in this stadium sprung to life in the second half with a spate of goals. 2 for England, who'd led 1-0 at half-time, and then a couple for Mexico as well. And we can only hope that this one springs to life a bit in the second half too. Darwood's made a run through the middle, takes it on the chest. That was good from Darwood. They knew exactly where he was. He asked for the ball and he got it. Then it's Bassam Shakir. He'll lose out, however, but that ball has gone out over the sidelines off the touch of Martin Lara. 7 minutes left in the half. Iraq's throw in. We've seen 1 or 2 long ones already. Will be same again. It is inside the area. Darwood a willing recipient. He won't be in the centre. That's the only problem for Iraq. Others are. There may be a shooting opportunity here. Well, it was a good one, and it was an opportunity spurned ultimately. Driven in by Mohamed Karim. and it flashes by the uprights. It's the first chance in the game for a considerable length of time. Oof, very, very close after Zuniga's clearance had been picked up by Mormel. Another foot to the right, and it was 2-0. It remains Iraq 1, Chile 0, and we're in the 40th minute of the opening half. Iraq, you would say, are firmly in control of the situation. Still, Chile have to find a way of getting the ball up to their front runners. They've included another striker, Jairo Vasquez, tonight, but he's been anonymous. There is an Iraqi player sitting down in the middle of the pitch, actually, so, well, he should have tied his laces a bit better. He's up now. It's a very predictable way of moving the ball around that is adopted here by Iraq. The Asian Under-16 champions, they defeated Iran on penalties after a 0-0 draw. They are the lowest ranked team in this competition. There have been 79 countries competed in the Under-17 World Cup over the years, and Iraq are down at number 76 in terms of points gained. But they have the ball and they have the lead. So this may yet turn out to be their most famous days. Off again with another romp down the right. Bassam Shakir. He's been as enterprising as anybody. Though yet again Dawood is the only one with his name on a score sheet. Swung across, should be cleared first time and is, but only back to Iraq. Oh, a trip on the edge of the area, or a dive in the opinion of the referee. He's not going to take the name, however, of Mohamed Rida. Well, I don't think he is. He might just have a quick word with him and say, don't be doing that again. Otherwise you will get a yellow card. The referee there, Clément Turpin, has had a quiet game. We have seen one penalty awarded in the stadium this evening, one which England scored from in their 3-2 win over Mexico. 3.5 minutes remaining in this half. Possession 67-33. Certainly suits Iraq and not Chile. But these young Chileans will be hoping that they are the next generation, the next Sanchez's and Vidal's and Medels and Beausejours. Those names have been around for so long in terms of Chile's senior team that there must be a major upheaval very shortly in that South American nation. 3 minutes to go in the half, 1-0 Iraq. He cannot be pleased. And he's barking out an order to Jairo Vasquez, who's the closest to him. But Senor Arteaga must already be considering what on earth he's going to say in the dressing room. Free kick against Iraq. Only 10 free kicks so far in the game, 7 of them against Iraq, 3 against Chile. They'll have the possession now. They don't have a goal. They've been playing for 90 minutes against England and nearly 45 minutes here, and no cross from Diaz forthcoming. Not a solid challenge there. It means Dawood's racing in again here one-on-one. But the one defender, Lucas Alacon, covered admirably. Iraq, 4 forward. They need to do this sharply. They have a chance of a second goal if they do. They didn't. It was Luna who intervened. "90 seconds to go. For the second game running in Kolkata, we've seen half a dozen goals. 5 came in the first match, and the only one of this game so far from the reliable Mohamed Dawood. Right on cue, attacks the ball there but doesn't win it. Now at last Chile do have a chance, but no, Vasquez can't find a way through. Iraq's passing has been more precise. They have three forward here. If they time their runs properly, they could have a chance of a second, and Dawood has flicked it left. Then he'll look for a return maybe. He touches it on, and there's still three in the area, and the keeper will make a sprawling stop. Oh, then the defender, what is he doing? Well, the defender dilly-dallied there and could well have let Dawood in again. As it is, there's a friendly handshake for Sebastian Valencia, who is a very relieved man. Goalkeeper Cancino could only just pour this one away when it came in there, and Valencia took his time, to say the least. The referee saw a foul by Dawood. Free kick Iraq. Time has virtually run out for Chile in this half, because I think there was a yellow card actually there. Yeah, there was a yellow card shown, and the referee has booked Gaston Zuniga. One injured player, that's Muhammad Ali. Well, he clearly felt some blow, and because we've got these facilities on television, we can show you why. Wasn't that bad, I don't think, but Mauricio Morales was the player involved in the challenge for the ball. But we are approaching the interval, and it looks as though it was indeed Morales who was cautioned. And the referee will shortly bring a sort of a strange half to a conclusion. Iraq scoring a fortuitous goal early on, when the ball bounced up in the air after a fresh air shot from striker Mohamed Dawood. He then took advantage by smacking the shot in between Rodrigo Cancino and his near post. There have been few chances since then. In fact, Chile have had none at all, really. Iraq have had 7, but only 2 accurate ones. A stuttery sort of a half, really. Let's hope for better in the second half. It's 1-0 at the break, Iraq in front.
For the love of the game, lace and boots time. Are you ready to fight? Get ready, let's go. Yeah. It's game time, get your boots on tight. Got the goal in my sight, gon' play all night. The pitch of the street, the ball's at my feet. Win or lose, don't stop, just repeat. Are you ready to go out and fight? It's game time. This is life, day and night. Get ready, let's do this right.
Sports is funny, you see. It makes you smile. It makes you crazy. But it's serious business as well. At least for those fanatics who could die for sports. Or the ones who live it each day. Guess what? It's dramatic as well. It gives you those goosebumps you didn't see coming. The thrills of the last minutes.